I get asked all the time, how do I build a consistent brand? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over 5 steps to building the perfect brand identity. So stay tuned. Welcome back, and in this video we are talking about branding. Yes, I am back on the branding train, and the majority of my videos are going to be between branding as well as TikTok, and then ever so often I'm going to talk a little bit about Instagram because it's still relevant and there are still a lot of changes that have been happening on the Instagram platform lately. But right now I have been bombarded not only with just projects in my agency, but also coaching a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm getting a lot of messages through DM, through social media regarding branding. And a lot of times I get asked, how do you build a strong brand? And in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 steps to building a strong brand identity. And then number 1 is going to be define your mission and your vision. It is so important to make sure that you define your mission and vision prior to creating your business. And one of the reasons why is because a lot of times I find when I'm coaching one-on-one entrepreneurs and small business owners is that they tend to start their business and say, oh, I'm going to go in business for myself. And they open up, they go in to get their DBA, they do whatever they need to do, but they fail to start out with why. And if you guys haven't known yet, one of my favorite books to really help you get clear on the reason why you do what you do is Simon Sinek's Start With Why. One of my absolute favorite books and a must-read for every entrepreneur and business owner. Regardless of whether you have a small enterprise, medium, or large enterprise, you should read Start With Why. Because people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. So it's important to make sure to define your mission and your vision statement right at the beginning of starting your business, because that is going to be the heart and soul of your business. You are going to be able to articulate your why much more clearly if you already start with why. All right, the second step to building a strong brand identity is to design a sterling visual presence. What do I mean by that? Well, in the case of one of my clients is fantastic, has a great product, has a great why, but however, their presence is not very visually appealing. And one of the reasons why is because maybe the graphics that they use on one social media platform and then on their website, they just don't match or tell the story of your why. At the same time, their website is just a put together Wix site. And then not to mention, they don't have a consistent visual story. So it's very important that you really define a visual story as well as your why. So start with your why, then you're going to develop a visual story. And then after your visual story, the number 3 is to communicate a consistent messaging across all social media platforms. Ensure cross-channel consistency. Why? Because you're going to be articulating your why through visual and communication methods. It is so important that your why stays consistent all the time so that people can easily recognize you, so that your why is articulated better, so that your why has a story, not just visually, but also the messaging around it, and so that they don't contradict each other. That really builds a strong brand identity cross-channel. All right, number 4 is empower your brand through marketing. So now that you have your why, your mission, your vision, cross-channel consistency in your visual and communication, now you're going to make sure that your marketing is also empowered. Make sure that your marketing tells the story of your why consistently. Make sure that your marketing follows the visual guidelines that you've already set before you started your business, so that you can be visually compelling, so that you can be easily recognizable, so you can start building a following and people know who you are and why you're doing it. So when you start producing your marketing efforts, whether it's on social media or cross-social, it's very important that you empower your brand with marketing, because marketing is the vehicle that tells the end consumer of your why. Last but not least, the fifth step in building a brand identity is to take account of your audience. A lot of times I get into that debacle with my clients that I personally coach. And one of the things that I find is that they haven't done the research as to specifically who their target audience is. They have a general idea. They kind of know that they're going to be for somebody, but they haven't really defined their target audience. I'm very keen. I've got a lot of worksheets that you can use to empower your target audience to really go down the worksheet and help you develop and answer questions regarding your target audience. You can create a target avatar. This is the one person that you speak to all the time. You can have a variations of the people you speak to. You can have maybe Susie Q and Jane Doe. And those two girls are the two girls that you talk to all the time. Or if you have a male target audience, then you can have Bob Smith, and you just target to him. But it's so important that you know why Susie Q or Jane Doe or Bob Smith, why they would be attracted to you, why they would be attracted to your why. What is it that they do in their daily lives? What value are you bringing to them? And also, how do you answer some of their daily problems? Where do you fit in their lifestyle? And how do you also fit within their lifestyle archetype? Meaning, certain people tend to be Apple people. Some people are HP people. And some people, love Patagonia versus North Face. So it's so important to make sure that those distinctions between the people, that you understand the reason why a certain client will tend to go one way versus another when you've got two almost similar products. So when you nail that down, when you nail down your target audience, you'll be able to capture the right people. Well, Jay, but I want to make sure that I reach everyone. Well, when you're reaching a target that wide, you're not going to reach anyone at all. So it's so important, again, that in your brand identity, that you talked to the same person over and over again. If your girl is Jane Doe, you're going to talk to her over and over again. If her name is Maria Ramos, then that is the person that you need to talk to all the time, both visually and in communications, and your why is going to be very targeted towards that person. So those are the 5 steps in building a strong brand identity. To recap, don't forget, it's define your mission and your vision. Make sure that you design a sterling visual presence. Empower your brand with marketing. Make sure you take your audience into account and ensure that you have cross-channel consistency in your communication, both visually, written, and in sound. So important. I hope that these 5 steps help you build an identity that you truly empowers and fuels your business so that you can start making more money by literally hitting the hearts of the right people right now, because you can't be for everyone. If you like more branding and branding strategy videos, make sure you leave it in my comments below. And also make sure to like this video if you found the information on this video valuable. Make sure to hit the notification bell, because I bring you every single week on Thursday at 9 a.m. videos that talk about how to DIY your branding, marketing, and social media for the solopreneurs and business owners. Como siempre, mi gente, besitos a todos y nos vemos la próxima semana.